Today I'm going to show you how to use our 22.5 degree jig along with our 22.5 degree square to install compression rail express on a 45. For installing on a 45, the only extra hardware you're going to need to get is some 22.5 degree clips. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to locate your posts on these corners. Now with a 45 degree installation, the posts will be turned at 22.5 degrees, so they'll be splitting that angle there at both locations. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your 22.5 degree jig and you're going to mark the center line of that 45. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to mark the center of the post, and that's what you're going to align with that mark you just made. Now these are 5-inch posts, so you're going to mark that at 2.5. And don't worry, that's going to get covered up by the post skirt later. So now that you've got that marked, you can get this in place. And using the 22.5 degree jig, you can use that to line that post at the correct angle and slide it on over until you get that mark lined up with your center line. Then you can use the 22.5 degree jig to move the post in and out as you need to account for your deck's framing. The marking here allows you to set the post back the exact same on both sides. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to secure your post down. Obviously this is just a demo. You'd be doing this into solid blocking on a deck. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and do the other side. Once you've got your posts installed, you've got them plumbed up, shimmed exactly how they need to be, next thing you're going to do is you're going to install the 22.5 degree clip from the back of the jig. Push it in nice and sturdy, pop it on there, slide it down, and using the same screws that you install the rest of the clips with, you're going to go ahead and install the clip. You can flip this. Once you have your bottom clips installed, you'll use the marking template on this for both the railing panel and then the bottom cover. So what I would do is you're going to pop it on there and you're going to mark the long points of the 22.5 degree on both sides. And then you're going to measure between those marks to get your overall length from long point 22.5 degree to a long point of a 22.5 degree. I recommend using a fine pencil for this. Mechanical pencil works great. So you can see here are my marks. The bigger one is for the universal cover and the narrower one is for the railing panel itself. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to measure between those two marks. So I'm going to go cut that on the railing panel. Once you've dialed in the cut, maybe shave off a little bit if you need to. Just slide these in. Like so. Next thing you'll do is you'll install your screws. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to use this bottom section with the railing panel to center that top section of the railing panel. Pop your 22.5 degree clips in there and install your screws. It works on both sides. Hold it tight with your body, or you can use a clamp. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to use the wide part of this as the marking template for the top rail. This has a modern top rail width and a classic top rail width. Today I'll be using modern. Slide it on there just like you did the bottom. Mark the inside of that with pencil. Make sure you use the correct marking template. Measure again between those two marks. I'm going to go cut that. There you go, nice tight fit. Now we're just going to install the caps and you'll be done. I've got these jigs and all the other jigs I produce in the link below.